Lovely. Ladies, can I ask you all to take your seats, please? Don't be afraid to come to the front. This is not like school. We're not going to ask you questions or what's this fair rate on 25 or something like that. We do have some ladies dialed in today, so just wave nicely. They're having a nice little look. Complete FOMO because they can see how many people are here today. Okay, so once we get everybody seated, we're going to get going. Got a lovely lineup today. You saw all the snacks and that outside. I see none of you bought your cooler boxes. I was serious about that. That's clearly everyone's very mature, which is great. No, but yeah, as I said, it was easy to come up with sponsors for the food. I think people worried about how much the sponsorship for the wine would be, especially because Joburg's having such lovely weather. I mean, this is the fear of the emails because the last time. Yes, you gave us your whole stack. All right, where's V? Is she out there? V? We're going to get started so everybody can come in. Sue, you can round up there. Okay, so for those of you in the room, there you can jump onto the guest network and we've got an event code. So when you go in and look at your Wi-Fi options, choose the MSFT guest and then the middle button, it's a green one, I think it says event code. Pop in there and use that code there. It won't let, this is wrong. It should be May with the A and the Y lowercase, sorry. But the font on my deck wouldn't do that. So it's WIT capital 15 capital M and then lowercase AY. Okay, so you can jump onto the network. Those of you social media savvy people here today, the hashtag for today on any of the platforms is hashtag the WIT Network. So go crazy and use that. I have marks in here, so I don't have to think about things like that. And I've got Mish who helps me with that. Okay.
And wow, what a nice turnout.
Okay. So welcome, and to all the ladies, we've got 15 ladies on the call joining us today, and the room looks nice and full. I'm going to hazard a guess of about 45, with people no doubt stuck in traffic. Wouldn't be a Wednesday afternoon if somebody wasn't sitting at Sloan traffic light. But a very big welcome to all of you. My name is Lauren Clark. For some of you that I hugged today, we've known each other, Veselina, I want to say 5 years, and this is our first time in person. So welcome to all of you here today in person. It's really wonderful to have such an amazing turnout. And for those of you that are new to WIT, I fooled you all because I work in technology, but I'm the lead technology capable person. So I just need to yeah, there we go. Where are you? There. Okay. So there we go. I've got all right. So for those of you that are here for the first time, and especially big welcome to you. Those of you that have been here for many, many years, Commissioner Galen, Nikki, we've realized today that in July, WIT South Africa will be 9 years old. So we've been trucking along for 9 years. Yeah, very, very cool. Please don't be preteens. I can't handle anything more. Okay. So just a little FYI for everyone. the WIT network used to sit under the IMCP umbrella, which is the Microsoft Channel Partners Association. And in 2018 or so, they ceded to become their own organization so that they could be open to all technology, not just Microsoft. The mothership is called the WIT Network. Here's the link over there. It's an interesting page to be on, very American, North American centric. But it is really, really interesting. And if you work for any of the big technology companies like Google or Amazon, jump on there and see. You'll probably find a big presence of your colleagues joined into those chapters. The South African chapter, we've tried to take off in Cape Town. I don't want to offend because I know some of our Cape Town colleagues are on the call, but you know, 9 years is still very young for Cape Town to pick up something. So Joburg, we've had a lovely attendance, and as you can see, we've been chomping at the bit to have in-person events. The bad news is that there's too many of us now, so it's a mission to organize an in-person event. Cue this guardian angel right here, Megan from Microsoft, who really just went out of her way to organize this venue for us today and assist us with the catering and all of that. So Meg, thank you very much. Trying to find a venue in those days, it was 10, 15 people. It was really easy. You could just show up at each other's boardrooms. But with 50 people, it's not so easy. What the South African WIT Network is about is primarily around networking and around getting more people, especially women, into technology. And as I said earlier, we are not only talking about developer consulting technology, we're talking about working in technology. I'm in HR, there's marketing, we've got finance involved. It's a beautiful community and it's a wonderful place to grow a career. Okay. So today we've got a brilliant topic, as you would have seen on the first page, is how Gen AI in our lives, how we're using it, what we're doing with it. And the speakers today are truly tremendous. I'm very, very excited about that. And I'm just going to stick my hand up right now and insert an apology on behalf of my son's school, who for the entire year had published the grade 1 parents picnic for Thursday, the 16th of May. Until Friday last week, when they realized there was a conflict and changed it to Wednesday the 15th. So if you don't see me after the event, please don't take it personally. I won't name his school because I don't want hate mail to go their way. But it's coming from me anyway. But my lovely colleague Sue will take over. But I'll catch up on the recording. I can't wait. If you weren't able to pay cash, because I know not many people carry cash, I will send out banking details tomorrow that you can drop your 100 Rand in, please. Thank you very much. And then just also a big shout out at the back there to V and Kaylee and Whelan. Where are you? There we go. For helping today, getting everything set up, and Anka for coming in. And Mint has also sponsored the food and drinks for today. So very big thank you to Mint and to Microsoft. Really, without you, this wouldn't be happening. And without further ado, we're going to jump into our first presentation, which is very exciting because it's 2 interns from Microsoft who are going to be sharing their journeys. So I'm going to stop sharing, Caitlin, and you're going to start sharing.
I put my mic on this laptop or talking from yours. This mic are you talking from? Your laptop.
You're going to join now, so I'll mute.
Okay, cool. don't think Hello everyone. Thank you all for coming today. Welcome to Lauren from So can everyone hear me online?
No, not really.
We can't hear.
On this laptop. Okay, can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Yvonne, can you hear?
Yeah, we can. Good, thanks.
Okay.
Perfect. It's hard.
Okay, cool. So my name is Caitlin Benjamin. I am the SMC intern for Microsoft South Africa. So it covers SMB and corporate segments. And additional to that, I'm a Masters of Commerce student majoring in management. And I'm currently completing my master's thesis on the impact of AI on business operations. So I'm very excited to be here today talking about generative AI and especially Copilot. So just a quick intro. Our agenda today is going to be me taking you through a quick introduction into Gen AI, Microsoft Copilot. I'm going to show you how I use it in my everyday life, explain the benefits of it, share some Copilot stats, and then my lovely colleague DeCarlo is going to be doing an introduction into Career GPT, a lovely demo of how you can use Career GPT to create your own career development plan. Perfect. So generative AI, sometimes called Gen AI, is artificial intelligence that can create original content such as text, images, content, audio, or software code by using a user's prompt. So if we look at the stats, the response from the market to ChatGPT has been amazing. It took Twitter 65 months to reach 100 million users, Facebook 54, Snapchat 44, MySpace 36, Instagram 28, Google Plus 14, TikTok 9 months, and ChatGPT just a short 2 months. Crazy, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely amazing. And right now, I can't imagine what my life was like before ChatGPT and Copilot. So I'm just going to take you through a quick video that Microsoft has done on Copilot. And yeah, hope the sound works.
Straight to the top, never going down, don't wait for the drop. Let's live with this motto, brand new things for the motto. Put to the ground, fill the bottle, make energy for the night like motto. Y'all talk loud, never just quiet, like in the sign your block. All full of songs, all of the bombs, something like a minefield guy. Boom. Get it, shit is running out quick. Bet it, never get it out big. Said it, never had a shot big. They said I couldn't never do it, okay, how sick. Wait a week worth of work in a minute. Machine well oiled, you know how I stay efficient. To do this, and I do this different. Hold up, wait a minute, I ain't finished. Flows the same now. Paved the way, the snakes and fakes are chased out. Back to back to back. I changed the pace now. Had to stack the cash until the banks out. Straight to the top, never going down, don't wait for the drop.
Yeah, pretty cool video, guys. I know, I love Microsoft. Okay, so Microsoft Copilot leverages the power of AI to boost productivity, unlock creativity, and help you understand information using a simple chat experience. So when I explain Copilot to my family, my friends, my peers, I like to explain Copilot as something that's giving you back time. It's really, at this time in our lives, we all don't have time. Time is such a crucial aspect of our lives, and we don't have enough of it. So that's why we have Copilot, which is giving you back time. I use Copilot in my everyday life. For example, as an intern for Microsoft, we are doing a learnership on project management. So 2 weeks ago, I found myself sitting a day before my learnership classes and realized I had a PowerPoint presentation due. Oh gosh, and then I'm sitting with my master's thesis on one side, the work I had to do for the next day. So what did I do? I pulled out my PowerPoint. So I'm just gonna show you that. I opened up Copilot. Right. Asked it to create a presentation about workplace conflict. Okay, so it's looking things over, it's almost there. Maybe I should have said please, it would have been a bit faster. Cool. So just like that, in a matter of seconds, I now have a 12-slide presentation on workplace conflict. So if we go through it, it's explaining what workplace conflict is. It gives me an overview. It tells me the causes of workplace conflict, types of workplace conflict, how we can resolve it through mediation, collaboration, conflict resolution strategies, and provide me with a conclusion. So something that would have taken me maybe 1 to 2 hours to perfect has now been done in less than a minute. And I think that's absolutely amazing. And it all goes back to what I said before, giving you back time. Okay, cool. So back to my presentation.
It's a bit of a,
Yeah,
the speaker has to be. Okay. You're gonna mute on this side.
it's muted. Is it better now? Okay, cool. Sure. So the benefits of Copilot. Okay, perfect. So the benefits of Copilot firstly enhances productivity. For me, having to spend 15 minutes drafting an email to someone, whether it be to my manager, a customer, a partner, I can now do it within a minute and just have to check it. I just send through the prompt and I can do that in a minute, and it's giving me back time. So that's just one way of how it enhances productivity. Instead of having to spend time writing down minutes, Copilot transcribes for me, gives me summary of the meeting. It gives me action items and follow-up tasks per person. So if it's for myself, whether it be for Dapalo, my colleague, Copilot does that for you. So that's enhancing my productivity for me to be able to spend time on things that not per se really matter, but things that value my skill set more. It amplifies human creativity. I'm not sure about you, but for me, I don't really have the best creative eye. So I use Copilot, like I said, for my PowerPoint presentations. It adds that design and aesthetic flair to my presentations, which maybe I didn't have before Copilot. So you can use it for that to amplify your human creativity. Incorporate in your business processes. So whether it be for data analysis, customer relationship management, you can use Copilot to incorporate it in your business processes and across your Microsoft applications. The last thing, which is very important, and I think Microsoft really sticks to their stance on responsible AI, is data protection. When using Copilot, we might be nervous that, hey, if I'm searching this on Copilot, maybe somebody else has access within my organization or whatever it could be. But your data is protected. Whatever you have access to stays with you. Your data is not shared, it's protected. And I was explaining it to my brother the other day about data protection. If I go onto Outlook and I go into Copilot and I ask it for my salary payslip from February, Copilot can find that for me. But if I go and look for Lauren's salary payslip from February, I'm not going to have access to that. That's not my information. Lauren's data is protected. So that's just something to give you an idea of the benefits of Copilot. Okay, so just some stats. Copilot's impact on meeting, searching, writing, and summarizing. It's now 3.8 times faster for you to get caught up on a missed meeting. So sometimes we have conflicts. Sometimes we're off, we miss a meeting. Instead of having to spend an hour watching a recording of a meeting, you can now get caught up in a matter of minutes. It provides you with the summary of the meeting, the action items, who spoke in the meeting, who was more present, who was a silent observer. Personally, I've experienced that, where I was just sitting in on a meeting and said that Caitlin is a silent observer. So I experienced that, and it's 29% faster in a series of tasks, searching, writing, and summarizing. For example, I go through a lot of journal articles, and I use Copilot to summarize those journal articles for me, whether it be for researching, for work, or just for personal knowledge. My writing, like I said, with my thesis, I do a lot of writing, I do a lot of research, and at work as well. I can use that now, and it's 29% faster. Again, going back to Copilot is giving you back time. Cool. So lastly, I want to leave you with the fact that Copilot for Microsoft 365 is transforming work. 68% of people said that Copilot improved their quality of work. And I can attest to that. For me, sometimes I'm rushing to write an email, but if I use Copilot, it provides a more gentle tone. Or maybe I'm upset with a partner, or I'm upset about something, and I'm having a bad day. Never upset. Yeah, or having a bad day and I'm not really phrasing my information correctly. Copilot does it better for me. 70% of people said that Copilot made them more productive. And that's true. I now can spend time on things that not matter more, but require more of my skills and my abilities. And 77% of people said they didn't want to give up Copilot. For me, like I said, I can't remember what life was like before Copilot or ChatGPT, but I can tell you it was very difficult. Cool. So before I hand over to my lovely colleague, DeCarlo, who will be taking you through the fun stuff of a cool demo, I just want to let you know that if you want to learn more about Microsoft Copilot, just ask Microsoft Copilot. Unlike it doesn't need coffee breaks. And yeah, so thank you so much and really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you, Caitlin. Hi, everyone. I'm Dakaro Muchinya. I'm the Business Program Manager for GPS. So that's the Global Partner Solutions in South Africa and the rest of Africa. As a young lady, early in my career, wouldn't I want a platform or something that will help me develop my career plan or the journey of my career? Like myself, I studied accounting. My first job was in auditing, but here I am at Microsoft. So it would be nice to have a tool that can help me navigate my career, have a nice career development plan. So I'll take you through that. So yeah, so with the help of AI, we can supercharge and a career development plan. Okay, so I can't speak for robots and I can't speak for scientists. Like I said, I'm just an accountant. I studied accounting, but someone great decided to come up with something that really helps me. And that guy is Warren Khan. He works here at Microsoft. He introduced this platform called Career Copilot. So with Career Copilot, how can I put this? We all know conventional career paths, and these are some of them. But with this tool, you can do stuff that you can't even imagine. The direction is not straightforward. Like I said, I studied accounting. Maybe I'm supposed to be a CA and a CFO in the future, but I could be something else. With Copilot, Career Copilot, I could put in my skills, what I want to go into, and who knows, I could have been a submarine operations manager. And with this submarine, how would I have known that I'd be the best submarine operations manager had I not had this platform to help me? Just a little background about the platform. It will be tailored to your company or your organization. For me, Microsoft is so huge, so vast, and this is one of the jobs here. So yeah, so I'll just take you through the demo. Being conscious of time, and you saw how it took a little bit of time with Caitlin. I decided to just okay. Okay, so yeah, so this is the site, Career GPT. You can just click here, and then it will give you what kind of scenarios you can ask it. So can I build my career? I can build my career plan. I can find my next role. I can assess my strengths, just forge a brand. So what I would do is press start here, or you can just greet it, ChatGPT. Yeah, so like I said, conscious of time, already pre-populated this conversation. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm an accountant. Okay. So yeah, start, and this is what it will say. This is basically telling me that cool, there's a lot of Microsoft roles. What is your role and who are you? So I just tell it that I am Dakaro and I'm a business program manager. Yeah, and then it will ask me what type of skills do I have in my current role, you know? And that's what I populated. And then it proceeds to ask whether I want a managerial role or an IC. I think I'm still early, so let's stick with individual contributor. And that's when it will ask what kind of skills do I want to go into? Which kind of role do I want to go into? Since I'm not sure because of the environment that I'm in and it's so vast, I just said I'm not sure yet, but I'd like to enhance my data analytics skills. So then it will proceed to tell me a few roles that are available within Microsoft. Business analytics specialist looks interesting, so let's go for that. It will ask if I'm sure it's a great choice, like you see. It's a terrific match for your desires. So yeah, it proceeds, and that's when it will tell me, these are my skills, these are the skills you need, these are the gaps that you have in your career. Basically to align with my current role, whatever my job spec is, and figure out a gap analysis with that. And then it will take me to the courses I can do on LinkedIn Learn and Microsoft Learn. So that's where I'll end with that. Like it's just a cool tool for me, especially in my early career. And I think for you too, is that when you're established, you can figure out how can you diversify your career, how can I grow within your career, and so on. Okay, so basically after knowing my career development plan and how I'm gonna navigate around this place, now I can have meaningful conversations that lead direction and growth. I can see where I can put a clear focus, have meaningful conversations with my manager, enhance decision making, maybe with the courses that I decide to do. I can give an impact in the business as well as long-term success. Like knowing my manager, knowing that I'm here for the long run. I want to grow within the company. This is like, it's just a great place to be. And how can I make it real? You make it real by leveraging platforms like LinkedIn. Now that I know what I'm trying to do, I know who I can follow now. I know who I can connect with. I know which pages I can follow. Exploring internal networks. There's a lot going on here in Microsoft, and knowing people like Olivia, now I know, because I data analytics, Fabric, she's the girl. I can connect with her and explore. And attending industry events, because I know where I'm going. And now I can engage in events like this one, the way we are today. So yeah, let's go back to the back end. I know I said I'm an accountant, but Warren would kill me without going into this information. He just basically mentioned that you can go onto GitHub and see the prompts for Career GPT, and please put a star when you see it. And just to give a background of how to get it, you need to have OpenAI models. I mean, Azure OpenAI. So it's basically an OpenAI module where you go onto Azure OpenAI and go into the Azure Cognitive Services. That's where you do your cognitive search. Basically, there will be all the information of your company, and then that will be in the web application, and me, a user, I can use it. Yeah, so I'm grateful for Career Copilot. Now I can run, and I hope that you guys see the benefit too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
What an exciting time to be starting a career. My career planning did not look like that. I had my 30-year school reunion this last weekend, And we were talking about our career guidance, and I think he should have chosen a different job because it wasn't his calling at all. This is tremendous. It's really what an incredible way of identifying where you want to go in life and what you want to do. Okay, who am I kidding? I need my glasses. Yvonne, can you confirm that you can see?
We can see.
There we go.
Is it?
There. Again, sorry. We've lost
We
your
can-
sound.
Yeah. We can see the what is the WIT Women in Technology page. Or slide.
Sorry, Yvonne, I couldn't hear you.
Sorry, I say we can see your slide deck. It's the one that says what is Women in Technology all about and who are
I'm
we?
just going to check messages because for some reason your sound is gone.
Or we turn the sound on your computer off.
Aha. There we go. Okay, take two. Yvonne, sorry.
No problem. Can you hear me
Oh,
now?
there we go. Now I can hear you. Yes. Okay.
Awesome.
So, jumping back into where we were, a very big thank you to those two ladies, and thank you for sharing your journeys. Never mind the technology behind it. I'm very impressed with Yvonne for remaining quiet because as soon as she hears young people are doing accounting, she gets so excited.
I was going to say something, but I didn't want to interrupt. But yes, well done on accounting, and we love numbers. Remember, we absolutely love numbers.
Love numbers. But this is what the point of today is, I mean, how many of you have used ChatGPT for career development plan yet? 3 people. Can I take a big swing and go, you all work at Microsoft? I know Sam doesn't. Okay. But how tremendous. I mean, what an amazing opportunity to share information and share your journey. And we're going to track you both very closely now and catch up on every WIT event. Okay. So just to jump right in, as I said here, these two lovely ladies. And next up, we've got Lisa. There she is at the back. Lisa, your slide is all set up. It's in here, so you're just going to keep pressing this button there. Lisa and I had that moment where double check how you pronounce your name because I know Liza's. So this is Lisa. And you can Lauren, not Lauren, yeah. And then Lisa's LinkedIn, please connect and obviously join. But when I asked speakers to come forward about using Gen AI, Lisa, I think I'd hit send, and 45 seconds later, I got a reply, which I love. I love that level of enthusiasm.
That's Lisa.
Thanks, Olivia. And the most impressive thing for me about her response and enthusiasm today is it's not just using Gen AI professionally. It's not just like advancing my business. Okay, so Lisa's going to share today just incorporating Gen AI. And I think for me, the really impressive thing about this is just by the end of today's session, I really hope everybody leaves here, one, overwhelmed with information because we didn't know it was all possible, and then take a big breath and go, wait a minute, I can do this. And I can reach out to people like Lisa and to the interns and to Dee, who's going to speak afterwards. And that's really just, for me, the biggest takeaway is this is stuff that we can do. So there we go.
Excellent. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm delighted to be here today. Right, let me see if I can get this up. Okay, great. So
today we're going to be talking about, is there any way I can have that up but still see here? Otherwise, I'm just going to be, it should be over. Where did it go? One of you, yeah, delightful interns who knows how to get their way around there. Yeah, also work in tech, absolutely useless, and on someone else's laptop. Sorry. I just want to get my notes up here. So I need to be able to see the duplicate.
On the screen, I think you're extended.
No, I'm not. Thank you so much. You wanted to duplicate it, right? Yeah, I just want to be able to see it. Yeah. Okay. Think. Get this to click. There you go. Okay.
Have we lost them or is it just me?
Also can't hear them, Bonnie.
Can't hear them either, Yvonne.
Okay, I didn't want to be rude and just want they hear us, but I thought let me rather just ask. I'll send them a message and say they've somehow cut us again. Give me a second.
Bonnie. Presentation gremlins.
I know. It's the perfect art of presenting. It can never always just go right.
Yeah, one day when AI is in charge of presentations like this, we won't have these issues.
We should type in the chat, Copilot, please connect us and see what it does.
Ooh.
I can see Laws online. Okay, let me try. It doesn't seem like my messages are going through to her, so let me try Sue quickly. Okay, Sue's coming to the rescue. Sue's technically co-pilot today. You see, there we go. Co-pilot's on it. Our co-pilot's working on it. Please hold. Shame. I know Laura was saying she had to leave at 1:45, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm sure she's had to pop out.
Cool. Thanks, Bonnie.
Sorry, ladies. Oh, there we go. Okay, okay, we're back.
Ladies, share screen.
Okay, we're back. We can hear you guys. Thanks.
Okay, excellent. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Let's just share. And it's up there again. So let's see if that has changed for us again. Thanks. And then before we go away, let's make sure Teams is still connected. Okay, it is. Let's get that slide back up. And you can go to present to view there, right?
Perfect.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Okay, sorry. Shall we? We're back. Shall we start? Shall we start again? So I think we're all here today because we're all women in tech and we're all pretty excited about what's going on. And I think especially now the latest buzzword has been for the last 2 years is Gen AI. And as we know, it is definitely not going away. So I think there's a very exciting intersection at the moment between technology and empowerment. And as a woman in tech, like we're learning how to leverage. It's the call of death again. Shall I just carry on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Sorry,
now we
I'm getting the dropping signals all the time. So, look, and we are all learning how to utilize Gen AI to enhance our everyday lives. And I mean, I love what Caitlin said, and she covered everything in Copilot so perfectly. But it really is about giving us time back. And I think for all of us, it is so incredibly vital. I mean, how many of you today kind of went, oh my gosh, I've got this event. I want to be with other women in tech. I want to network. I want to listen. I want to learn. I want to chat with other people. But do I actually even physically have the time? You know, and that is how we're juggling our everyday lives. And after this, it's like, I mean, I know I've already got messages. I have to dash home and go and get bread and butter for like, you know, school samis and things tomorrow. And it just literally never ends. So I think, as we know, like technology is indispensable in our worlds and our lives. And I have to say that I am firsthand, I'm experiencing how Gen AI is kind of enhancing absolutely everything I'm going to do. So I'm going to just break it down. I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview. Look, we all pretty much know what AI is. I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview, but then I'm going to go through how I personally use that in my capacity. With regards to sales and marketing at a SaaS company. But please, if anyone wants to interrupt, shout, ask questions, please just put your hands up or don't or whatever, just as interactive as possible. I think would be great. So look, we know that AI, it has the ability to mimic human intelligence. And again, we all know it's mimicking, it's not replicating all of that. And typically it's things that require a lot of human intervention. So AI manifests itself in so many different forms. I mean, an example today, so before I'm leaving the house, I'm saying I've got a speech, I'm going to go speaking at Microsoft this afternoon. My little 7-year-old goes, oh, what are you going to be talking about, Mum? So I said, oh, AI. He goes, oh, that's so cool. Are you talking about Alexa? You know, that's, you know, it is absolutely everywhere. I mean, all of us that had to get here today, it's GPS, we're checking the traffic, it's Waze, it's Google, it's social media, it's everyone that's following you to try and like Woolies and Superbalist, like I'm sure you really need this new top and I'm sure you really need these shoes. It is absolutely everywhere. And then obviously now we've got these incredible new platforms such as Azure AI that's brought us tools like ChatGPT and Copilot. And I, for one, Caitlin, you said it, but I, for one, I'm so thankful and grateful for Sam Altman and all the stuff that he's done at OpenAI and Microsoft and for bringing this into our lives, because I cannot imagine how I did everything previously without the help of these tools. And I'm surprised some people in your slides said 77%. I'm like, it should be more like 110%. Like, are you joking? So look, we know that it automates repetitive tasks. It can go through vast amounts of data and actionable insight and all of the personalized content and all of that. AI is truly revolutionary. And I'm sure, I mean, put up your hands. Who here in this room today is utilizing AI just to get through everyday kind of stuff? There you go. Fantastic. So it's improved our efficiency, and whether it's automating repetitive stuff, streamlining things, it enables us to accomplish more in less time and freeing us to focus on other things that we are tasked with in our busy careers and in our career lives. So another thing that I wanted to just touch on, being women in tech, I really feel that AI is going to serve as an equalizer in the workplace. So it minimizes biases, it promotes objective decision making, and it's all irrespective of background and gender. And we were actually at a woman in AI event here at Microsoft. And I mean, it was one of the most incredible events. And Lillian was standing up saying, you know, she's about to prepare for a speech and she's got Copilot open and da-da-da-da. And one of the ladies that stood up and they said, you know what, I'm trying to think of the terminology she used, but she said, like, everybody is on the same level playing field. It hasn't happened. We're all learning together. We are all in this incredibly exciting space together. And I mean, look, I, for one, already think that tech is exciting, but now with all of this, I just think it's taken it to a different stratosphere. But that might just be me. I'm a bit of a tech nerd. But anyway, so look, it fosters creativity, it drives breakthroughs, and it enables us to tackle complex problems and drive meaningful change. But now it really does empower us to achieve a better work-life balance. And I mean, it's taking on all of your routine tasks, all the mundane, all of that out of it, and allowing us to get back time for ourselves and also the work-life balance and for our loved ones. So I think, look, I've got a few examples here, and this is where I really just want to talk about how I personally utilize it. So as heading up demand gen, my job role is to have many conversations with many different people literally across the globe all the time, and to get that interest and to get leads and to get meetings and ultimately sell our products. So we're a SaaS company. We rely very heavily on Microsoft. We're one of those ISV people and all of that kind of stuff. So what I typically used to do was I'd have to go and I'd have to research the different personas, the different industries, all of that kind of stuff. And then write out and craft and draft the correct emails for specific people. So head of digital, I'll need to create something for them that's completely different to the CMO, to the head of retention, to the head of claims, to the COO, et cetera, et cetera. Now, welcome to my world, ChatGPT and Copilot. And something that would have taken me personally, maybe I'm a bit slow, but literally half a day, now I can generate all of that in literally 3 hours. So it just gives me back so much more time. And I don't know about you guys, but one thing that I find, it just takes the stress out of my life. You know, I mean, like, my CEO, we work different time zones, and literally he'll be texting me, you know, Mark and Trent, giggle, giggle. Like late at night, they'll text me, and sometimes I'm like tired, and I just go like, I cannot actually write a proficient, coherent answer, and I literally, again, I have it on my phone, I could do it, then I can reply back, and I know it's taken that stress out because I don't always have to apply myself and be kind of 110% on the ball in my job. I rely on it very, very, very heavily. So, I mean, again, taking the content. So basically, we utilize HubSpot as our MarTech. And I mean, they've also got their own AI baked into it. It's incredible. It's called ChatSpot. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. And I actually went to a chat. They were out from Dublin a while ago, and you've got the gentleman that's standing there and he's presenting, lovely Irish accent, and he's saying, do you know what? I'm actually really lazy. He says, but now I've got AI and it does all of this for me. It's like, and you know, in that Irish accent, it's like, it's incredible, you know. So it was like, I just thought like, oh my gosh, like this guy standing up, and he's a proper, you know, very senior executive, and he's literally just admitting that he's like, you know, proper lazy, but you know, AI is doing everything. And I also think it's that thing, it's not about always working harder. We all work hard. It is about working smarter. And I think that is really a very important point. So look, so like I was saying with HubSpot, so I have to, like I said, create content and mailers and get people interested in the business, so I can schedule meetings and I can try and sell my journey management solution and all of that. But sometimes we also host events. So last week we had an event on how we utilize WhatsApp and how that's revolutionizing customer engagement in the industry that I'm in, which is specifically around customer experience and journey management. And typically I would sit there and go, okay, I've got 3 hours now. Now I have to write copy. It has to be on point. It has to grab people's attention, because if I go to, you know, my bosses and say, you know, I've got 5 people that have attended, you know, I'm really not going to be very good at my job and must probably not have a job. So now, what used to take me so long, I literally write in rules in whatever AI tool. I mean, you can utilize whatever. For this, I utilize ChatGPT, and I literally go, these are the points, this is my company, and it starts learning more and more and more about you. So it understands the sentiment, the way you talk, and all of that. And you can actually also say to ChatGPT, please be less sycophantic. I sometimes find it says like, thanks so much for giving us the time and for considering Incuba to, and you say like, okay, thank you, less sycophantic. And you just get, so it really listens, and it builds on the model and the basis that what you fed into it. So literally, it just generates this incredible content for me. I can plug it into HubSpot, obviously after I've changed it and checked it and all of that kind of stuff. Bosh, off it goes, right? I have my event and I actually utilized ChatGPT because, we all Teams and, we all have issues with Teams as much as we love Microsoft and all of that. I'm ignoring that sound. I am so ignoring that sound.
Other people.
Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. So, what I can't remember what I was saying now. About the event. Oh no, I can't even remember the name. But it's one of those days. Oh yes, no, I utilized ChatGPT and I said, so hi ChatGPT, I'm having a webinar event. If I have everyone, so I've organized it. If I have everyone on mute, will they be able to unmute themselves when we have Q&A? Because beforehand, you used to go to all of these forums and they'd be outdated from like 2012 and it's some guy in, the middle of Milwaukee and he's done this whole thing. And I go like straight, there's my answer. And I go, okay, great. It's pretty much up to date. I can host my event and it just takes that added stress out. So literally, I use it for everything, even Leadlander. So I can see who's been on our website. I can go into Leadlander and it pulls up an organogram. I can then click on the person that I feel would be interested in buying our product, and their AI that's baked in will pretty much then draft an email for me to that persona in that industry. So again, it takes all of that out for me. And this is helping me create and demand lead generation, which is incredible, right? So I have to say, and like I've got here, it is absolutely everywhere. So I did like a quick kind of search on like the future view, and at the end of one of the things it said AI is going to look like Stephen King in the next like 10 years or whatever. So I thought, well, I'm not going to put that up because that just sounds but I mean it really is. So the next buzzwords that I've seen, it's all about quantum computing, all the stuff that Elon and his team are doing with regards to neuromorphic computing and all of that. So that really I think is going to be quite more prolific. It's transforming education. It's transforming healthcare. I mean, we are going to be utilizing more and more AI and robots for procedures and things at surgeries and all of that. Product development, ethics, bias mitigation, STEM education, social good, mentorship, networking. It truly is an exciting time. And I think we already feel like it does so much, but we really are literally at the tip of an iceberg. Now, I do, yes. Sorry? So basically, what they do, what Elon Musk and his team, and I think they're called Neuralink. So basically, they're putting in chips into people's brains, and the people have been paralyzed from, said, accident or something like that, and they are actually able to move again because they've got something that's actually making the synapses work. The messaging is working again. So I think it is. It really, really, really is insane. So how I think, look, ladies, I have a case study of how we're utilizing this in at Incuba, right? So we have a lot of clients. I'm actually not going to go through that right now. I think there's a lot of information that everyone's taken in, and I also don't want to kill everyone death by PowerPoint on a Wednesday afternoon. So if anyone wants to know how we're utilizing it, it's a case study that I have for Vitality. It's very hyper-personalized, it's content, all of that kind of stuff, all baked with the wonderful AI in the background so that everyone gets the correct messages at the correct point in time and all of that. But I think if everyone's happy, I'm going to skip through that. Are you fine? Yeah. Okay, great. So I'm skipping all of this. So that pretty much is, and how it's all, you can see. Do you want me to go back? I'll do it in 5 minutes. Okay, so shall I start? I'll start with a case study. So we specialize in CX and journey management. So it's kind of taken the previous customer experience and voice of customer. We've really kind of elevated that. So it really is a bit of a disruptor, right? So we had, and you'll obviously see in my next slide who the well-known international leader in healthcare is, but they really wanted to drive the engaged members to utilize and take up their wellness program. So it's complex. The people were having a poor experience. They were losing revenue, and really there was a complete and utter lack of focus. So we pulled together this program to ensure there weren't reduced lapsed members, to ensure that there was the messaging was clear and succinct, using, you know, multimedia and things like that, and making sure that we took into account all of their context. So again, the hyper-personalization. And the example that I am going to take you through is actually utilizing WhatsApp. So 96% of South Africans utilize WhatsApp, and it's considered less spam. As, you know, if people get emails, or, I mean, who really answers SMS anymore in this country? It's just, you know, I just go like, delete, delete, delete. So, I mean, you could see Vitality is exceptionally good at changing behavior. They really have mastered that incredibly well. So we know that you start, you download the app, you know your health, you improve your health. I'm like,
Now you're gonna go super quick.
okay, let's go. So know your health, improve your health, and get rewarded. So we understand how all of that works. So what we had to do, okay, so what we had to do was we had to put together very hyper-personalized messages on the specific channels that people wanted to hear from. So again, I mentioned WhatsApp. So here you've got an example. Trent, do you want to earn up to R1,000 on your monthly purchases? Yes, tell me more.
And before I drop off,
A few places, yeah.
have they dropped us again?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Looks
Okay,
like
sending-
everyone. Goodness.
Okay. I'll let them know they cut the call completely. I do need to drop off. I have a meeting now. So I have sent Sue a message to say that they have dropped us. Sue's now saying, please hold. But thanks so much, everyone, and have a lovely evening. Mars, can I just ask you to notify Sue if there's issues?
Find the mute button. Yes, Ronnie, I'll also just need to drop off in about 15.
Okay. Well,
And
you
I'll
can
pass
just
the
hand it
message.
over to the next person. Thanks, everyone.
Yep.
Bye.
Thank you.
One more time with feeling. There, up to there, share screen again.
So we can hear you.
Great,
Thank
great.
goodness for that.
The screen should now be shared too.
There we go. Perfect.
Oh, excellent. Thanks. Okay. Sorry, ladies that are online. The battery died. And then the PT that we're presenting off decided to have the screen of death. So, so what could have got, well, let me not say anymore. So, okay, so we're back on the slide, and obviously Vitality, they're brilliant. Behavioral change, mavericks, literally just about. So, right, why is this not working? Okay, so we're back to our slides where how we pull together hyper-personalized content to drive people to take up and engage with the brand with regards to the healthy food benefits. So here you can see you've got your multimedia Trend. Hi, do you want to earn R1,000 back on your monthly healthy food? Yep, great. Tell me more. Fantastic. As soon as you press tell me more, all the AI in the background, and I kind of think about it because, you know, AI can go off and it can like completely hallucinate and all of that kind of stuff. So I try and picture it. And if I explain to someone that isn't that kind of savvy in tech and judging by my skills today, you would never think that I was tech. But anyway, I kind of try and explain to people that what we do is we pretty much almost build like a sheep's pen, where we have the data that we want the AI to pull from in a closed, more or less like a closed container, a closed environment. Otherwise, it's just going to go everywhere, right? So we know that we're talking about vitality. We know we're talking about healthy food. This is the information that you can draw from, because otherwise, goodness knows what it's going to pull out. So there are a lot of rules. And again, it's all the privacy and all of that kind of stuff, but it's really specific as to how it's set up. So if Trent then says, okay, great, I understand this, I'm ready to go. So now that link takes straight through to the Discovery website, and we can say, okay, great, here you go, set up your healthy food and all of that kind of stuff. And then you can go back You can go back to the website to learn a little bit more and find out with regards to where you can view your healthy food purchases and, you know, the cashback percentage and all of that kind of stuff. Now, this is what a journey more or less looks like, right? Well, I can just, well, let me do it for the ladies on. So this is what we kind of call over here a happy journey, right? So you've got your customers that start the policy, and then automatically they're just going to go to the web login, the app login. They're going to activate their active rewards, and they're going to be an engaged member. Great. It does not happen like that in real life. And again, that is why I'm gainfully employed. And that is where journey management comes in. So there's all of this stuff at the bottom where we've put in interventions and micro nudges to get people to get back onto the customer journey so that they can achieve the business goal as well as their goal. So it could be, I mean, an example that I've got here obviously is Vitality, but we do it for F&B as well, you know, to activate a credit card and such. So there are lots of different ways that we do this. But now here you've got an example about activation comms. So Trent, come, let's get you activated. So free coffees, free smoothies. How does it sound? Okay, great. Let's get you set up. And then everything has embedded URLs behind the buttons, and it will take the respondents to the correct discovery portal where they can get signed in and they can go to then the specific page to reply to the options. So then you can see they go straight into the discovery website, and they then ask them to download the app. So we're driving them to the app. Then you've got an example here for idle respondents. Now, in Cuba, if you think about it, you've got a lot of people that start a customer journey and they're here and they either complete or they fall off. But we actually really spend a lot of time with people that are idle. It's almost like they're the low-hanging fruit. They're there, but they've just stalled. Why do they stall? They're distracted. They're busy. We're busy, right? So what do we need? We need something to come in and give us a little nudge, a micro nudge, a little intervention to say, hi, Sebastian, we can see that you tried to take out your card or you're trying to activate this. How can we help you? And then obviously the response will come back via whatever channel it can be, and it can also go out into a human breakout as well. So here we've got, so this is somebody that is idle. So we say, okay, Trent, are you ready to get fit, feel great, all of that kind of stuff? Okay, great. Tell me more. I'm ready, set me up. So basically it will then go to a clickable link to a specified URL. And then again, it will drive them to the discovery apps, and they can carry on from there. And then you get, you know, your lovely Vitality rewards and all of your goals and all of your different percentages that you get at X, Y, and Z. And then you also get guidance on how you earn the rewards. So here you go, you are all set, and this is on the app. How do I do that? Well, let's start away so that you can find out how to achieve your first exercise goal. Great. How do I do that? How do I see my fitness goals? So whatever you're clicking on, the information and there's auto-generated via AI so that it is pretty much in real time. So this has really benefited, obviously, the company and the employees as well. And it really has made quite an incredible difference on how they perceive the experience that they are having and actually to achieve a goal, which is obviously understand more about the app and utilize the app. This is another example, again, about idle respondents. So you can chat to a Vitality consultant if you are uncertain. Do you know what? Actually, I think I'd like to chat to someone. Okay, great. Press 1 or 2. 1, perfect. I've got Sabisa. She's available to chat to you. Shall we connect now? Yes, 1. Okay, great. Sabisa has now joined the conversation. So we plug in and we link into Discovery, and then you pull in real time, kind of like case management. And then what you can also do is you can see you've got your post-activation survey. So you can find out from people. And again, it's not these long drawn-out surveys. It's like the Amazon 5 stars. Was it easy? Was it hard? Was it complicated? And whichever one you respond back, super easy, great, thanks, fantastic. It wasn't too bad. Okay, please tell us why. So that's verbatim text that goes into text and sentiment engine, and we can pull that and feed that back into the team so that they can utilize the operational reports and see where are their customers struggling, where are they coming across stumbling blocks, what is making it complicated for them. And then it's easy, it's pinpointed where they need to operationalize and they can fix things. So this is, I love the screenshot, and we've actually just won a telco client in the States, and we actually plugged out what their actual journey looks like, and it literally is from there to here. It is that complicated. So what you basically do is, following on from all of this, you get the correct you get the insights. So you can see how many have completed the goal, how many have dropped off, how many are idles, and how many are still in progress. So you can see what is going on in your business in real time. So I think it's pretty cool for executives. Obviously, there are a lot of engagement reports, there's a lot of insights, and there's a lot of analytics and all of that kind of stuff. So that is the case study on Vitality. Does anyone have any questions?
I would just like to say that I canceled my Vitality Reward membership a few years ago because it's a crappy experience, but I'm really
And I will never forget your name after today. So in closing, I think we know Gen AI is out there and is going to empower us, women in tech, and it is absolutely limitless. So we're going to harness the power of innovation. We're going to embrace AI as a force for good. And utilizing this, we're going to future for embrace it, ladies. I think you already are, but embrace it even more. And there's so many other women in the room, or women that you talk to, or you come across, or you chat to and ask questions. See how other people are utilizing it. I mean, I've already learned so much today. So I think just continue the conversations with everyone. And then honestly, I think utilizing this, we can redefine what it means to be a woman in tech and pave the way for more empowered and inclusive future. So after all of my technical questions, that is me done. I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you very much. Very insightful. And if you have, like Anka, dropped out of Vitality, like me as well, maybe you can sign up now. Great. I think we're going to welcome our next speaker. Let me see. Okay, thank you. Dee, are you in the house? Hey, we're going to hand over to Dee, and she's going to do a quick intro and tell us a little bit about what she's going to be speaking. Allow me the camera.
Good afternoon, everybody. It was not yet. That wasn't good enough. I mean, we've had so much exciting news. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much. I am Dikeledi Seleka and everything else that they said there. But I like introducing myself in a different way compared to what I hope I'm audible, okay? In a different way compared to what bios would say. As we've had, today we get AIs to write our bios. So let me rather tell you the edited version of who I am. I am a girl born and bred from a village called Ramugoka Stad, outside Rustenburg in the Northwest Province. I am the founding CEO of Dynamic Teams Coaching, celebrating 10 years since March. It has not been an easy journey at all. And maybe perhaps before I continue, I realized something. I'm feeling a bit like a loner in this room. Firstly, I'm aware that I'm in a network for women in tech. I'm not a woman in tech. So do forgive me that co-pilots and all the other AIs. I am also a 80s baby. So we are those ones that are slowly crawling towards accepting and really celebrating technology. I do get the point. I embrace it. I get that. But some of us, our steps are quicker than the others. I am more on the slow side. Okay, so as they were presenting, I kept on asking, and these were the questions that came up, especially when ChatGPT came. Okay, like, doesn't it take away creativity? Remember those questions? Doesn't it rob us from really learning? You know, when she put on the screen that I have a PowerPoint to put on conflict management and you put it there and 50 slides. And I'm like, where's the learning? Those are the thoughts that we would have, right? But also being me, the 80s baby, I'm also thinking, how is this me? How do I own the content? How does it really represent me? I use ChatGPT, but you know, those are the questions. So I just want to understand, am I the only 80s baby? Yeah. That is stuck. The second question I feel a bit out. By show of hands, how many of us here are entrepreneurs, business owners, somewhere in there? Oh, thank God I'm not alone. Because we're talking careers, a whole lot that I'm hearing here, and we're talking Microsoft staff members. Great. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me in this. 10 years into this, first 2 years, I went without income, without salary, without clients. So it has not been a rosy 10 years. It got to a point where I hear my husband at the gate coming in, I would run to bed and pretend to be completely fast asleep. So that I was avoiding questions, you know, like, what now? You know, Caesar, what's happening? Yes. You know, and, you know, children, friends were also telling stories. So it has been a roller coaster. But I experienced technology then. Because after those first 2 years, it was my mother who is now late. She had just been diagnosed with cancer, 2016. I came home from the WIT Networks, as we are here, many business meetings and everything that I was doing, some paying for, some free. And as I walked in, and she said, "Ngelowet, why was I really Standard Bank once? I come from a banking background. I used to work for Standard. So she said, why are you just not going back to Standard Bank? What's this thing how it's failing? You're not doing it. No income, no business. You're dependent on a man." I could see reason with her. Hey, it was that day I walked into my office. I had typed an email of it. I did not send it. That day I did send. The next thing I know, within 3 days, I was on interview with John Robbie, 6 a.m. in the morning. And as I said, the rest is history. I got my first client. Technology, revenue, right? But me my first client. Dynamic Teams is a coaching company that works closely with entrepreneurs. We've got footprint in Africa, about 6 African countries. We've got footprint in the United States. We just added Norway 3 weeks ago as one of our clients. We are into coaching and mentoring, so we help entrepreneurs move from ideation stage, startups, and all the way to becoming fully focused with purpose and direction, profit-making and productive. Through our coaching program, we also we have leadership development masterclass that contributes into that, and that was how we got Norway. They wanted us to integrate the Ubuntu masterclass because we develop leadership based on the principles of Ubuntu, building meaningful relationships, creating deep, making deep connections, and also forging teams that can work together towards a collective goal of the organization. That's what we do as an organization. Success by Design really is a strategy development workshop that we do. I'm a strategy facilitator also. That's my experience, a little bit of it. Let's get into one. I got this and I was thinking, it has always bothered me. We talk of women in technology, and I know we've got different sectors. We've got people in different sectors, just as I'm in a different sector. When we talk of women in technology, sometimes I feel the conversations excludes women that are not in technology as the core of their business. Yet, technology enables us. It's such a big enabler. So I was hoping to have entrepreneurs here and say, how do we therefore translate these conversations that are happening here, the co-pilots, the chat, the hotspots and all that, into a woman that is seated in a village somewhere and is into agriculture. Does it mean she doesn't need technology? She shouldn't use technology? Not in the day and life that we live in today, day and age that we live in today. Whether you like it or not, technology will affect you. It will affect you. We went through it. 2020 came, devil called COVID, and we were all faced with this huge monster in the house of going online. What the hell does that mean? What do we do online?
Teaching your kids
You know,
online.
what's driving it? But then also, how do I move my business from being a coaching company where I work with entrepreneurs? I do strategy facilitation for corporates also. How do I move that onto online? You know, we had so much to learn. But from there, we got to realize that this language should never be foreign to us. We should never divorce ourselves from that language. And sitting in this room, I'm also forced to think that it shouldn't just be businesses that are non-tech based, but individuals that are not so tech savvy also. Like myself, I'm not tech savvy. I don't have Uber app on my phone. I still have to get, I'm wet, hey?
Even as 80s baby. Tell me you've got Mr. D on your phone.
No, I don't. I'll probably get that as soon as my daughter moves out. I probably like, yes, order me a Uber.
On your phone.
You know, but it's one of those things. But I think that the important thing also it's accepting and not being denial of who you are and where you are, so that you can work with it, right? AI technology, and I think I'm going to talk generally more in technology, also of course with AI today, but in general, technology is no longer limited to only tech-based companies or organizations. It is also no longer limited to a level of operation or where your business is at. How long have you been running? How many employees do you have, or what's your credit turnover? It matters not. I facilitated a strategy development session for rural-based women in Lesotho who are into farming, into poultry. They have tuck shops. I mean, those bottom domestic businesses. And my argument is, how do we declass this language, that we have so much busted into a corporate language, into belonging to a certain class, certain level, or certain people, even in an organization. There are people you would find, I'm very sure if I walk through the facilities, corridors of Microsoft, I'll find a staff member who does not have access to the scorecard or the dashboard, doesn't know what's happening there. All they know is that I'm going to arrive, answer the phone in first 3 calls. How does that translate into data, into the scorecard? And these are the conversations we are breaking. It is no longer limited to where you are in the world. Geographical location confinements are no longer a barrier. Everyone has to wake up and catch on the ride and use this. If you are not, I mean, I'm the West, baby's 80s, but I'm right there. I'm right there because we have seen the benefits. It's no longer about industry or sector, as I have said. Anyone can use it. Hair salons can use it. Benefits, it has helped with accessibility. I mean, it has transformed lives and businesses. We have seen it, we have experienced it. Most of us would have known or heard of M-Pesa, mobile money, one of the biggest fintechs in Africa. Took banking sector by storm. They were fast asleep. Those CEOs in the traditional banks as we know them. But M-Pesa came in, M-Pesa targeted the unbanked. whom we would call the mass market. By the way, I come from corporate banking. So my background is in banking. This is why this topic would be very close to my heart. And I studied civil engineering in Dakar. So you're not the only one who did that. And I'm here today, don't ask me how and why. But I'm loving it where I am. But M-Pesa came. M-Pesa has made life so convenient, so easy. It has improved businesses of women in the rural areas who are busy in crop farming, literally in their yards, harvesting tomatoes. She gets a big message on her phone. It's an order from someone who just made a payment through M-Pesa. All she has to do is package those tomatoes, grab a child, run and deliver 3 houses down the line. That's how M-Pesa has changed and transformed lives in Africa. It did not only change lives of transferring money from South Africa to Kenya, from SA to Mozambique to the United States. It literally changed lives from neighbor to neighbor. It changed lives from business to business. That's how technology and AI is transforming not only lives, but also businesses. Because as a result of that, businesses are growing. People are seeing an impact, convenience. I am one of the people that my life was changed through this. As I said, I just signed No Way, and that's what I wanted to share. No Way was a result of a LinkedIn post. I designed the masterclass contributing to leadership development based on the principles of Ubuntu. And the objective of the masterclass is to give a rise to a culture of leadership that is responsible, that is authentic, that is courageous in their actions, but also generational in their approach. That's what we do. So I've been posting about it for 2 years. I've been running around some companies we have facilitated for the University of Johannesburg, for Wits Business School and all that. January, someone saw my post on LinkedIn and said, I would like to hear more about this. Only to find it was a professor in Canada from Elkington. I'm excited as you are. Off it goes. Prof. Elkington consulted lady, this sounds great. I'll keep you in mind. It wasn't up to 2 months, I received an email. Prof. Elkington is introducing me to Prof. Bjorn, who is in Norway. So I've got this lady, she's doing this amazing things in South Africa. This is her profile. Check her if she can help you. Prof. Bjorn with Kwame, flat on MS Teams. Hello, Microsoft. That's on MS Teams. And we get on a meeting. Actually, yes, I love you. I love your energy. I love what you're saying. I'll keep in touch. 1 month later, January, how much would you rate me for an hour to facilitate? And I'm like, what? And the rest is history. I've got 3 groups of over 60 individuals per group, 2-day facilitation per group. They flew the company flew their staff members from Norway for their strategy formation and adoption in South Africa. And Prof. Bjorn said, I want you to be a part of the icebreaker model using the principles of Ubuntu. And I got the job. Knowledge. Had it not been for LinkedIn, I wouldn't have been found across the world. That's how technology has transformed lives and transformed businesses. I want to share with you quickly 3 tips that I believe the non-tech businesses can leverage AI to improve their business performance. And maybe not non-tech businesses, I'm not sure if it will be relevant to individuals, but from a business perspective, I'm a strategy facilitator. Everything for me starts with strategy. Some people say planning. I beg to differ. Strategy and planning are not the same. It starts with a strategy. Where are you going? Mapping your way forward. Where am I and where am I going? How do I get there? First thing, to incorporate tech into your business, you've got to drive it from a strategy perspective. You've got to have a digital transformation strategy. Some people say, but digital transformation is not for us. It's for big companies. It's deep in that language again. It's saying that language shouldn't be foreign to us. The only difference is that you should speak to it at your level. Be relevant with the kind of tech that you use that is relevant to your clients and relevant to your operations. That's what you need to do. Leverage of existing tools. I mean, the three beautiful ladies that spoke before me, they shared so many tools that one can use and incorporate. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We don't have to start a new thing. What is out there? Find what could work for you, what could enhance customer service, what could bring you more businesses, what could make your business profile sound nicer, your CV sound nicer, what could make your website look appealing. I'm currently reviewing my website using the AI. Yes, I've hired someone. I started civil engineering, so I love mathematics. I'm more on the analytics and the number side. All this other stuff is not for me. Okay, so it's knowing your strengths and your weaknesses, right? Find those tools and use them to improve your business, improve your career. Sometimes it's not about finding another job if you are in the employment sector. It's about improving where you are. Improving your performance. It's also about taking ownership. This is what we lack a lot. When I go facilitating in companies, even in businesses, people are like, please wake up. There's no such a thing. Travel. Get to know how people are working and pushing. If this is the attitude, you will find yourself without a job in 12 months. If you don't, you've got to be creative. You've got to be proactive. When you have a job, appreciate it, but remain on your toes. It's not time to sleep. How do you use it to get there? Leverage of those tools. Make sure that the language you use or the tool you use is relevant to your level. It's also relevant to the market. There's Copilot. To be honest, I didn't know about Copilot. It could work perhaps for me putting together presentations. I'm still not so convinced because I love the personal touch of things. But if it works for you and you find that alignment, you go for it. ChatGPT works for me in writing profiles, sometimes in editing even my posts. I got to ChatGPT, I think it was Lisa, who said you can actually edit. You can write and then it comes back. What I usually do, I write what I want to write in my own village English. You know, we studied English. I'm a Tswana again. So we studied English. So I'll write it in my Tswana English and then I take it and put it on ChatGPT and I'm going, and I'm like, no, these two words are too big for me. They will know it's not me. And I'm tone it down. I'll be a bit more professional. And I'm also easygoing. And I'll be like, be fun. Let it be a bit fun. You know, it is. So use it at your level. Also your business. In the village, small business, salons, bakeries, whatever business is, it might not be so relevant, but WhatsApp is. That's how you get your business. WhatsApp has so many mechanisms today. Find those different functions within WhatsApp that you can use that would help you improve your business. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, it's either you decide or you get. And please do follow me on LinkedIn.
Thanks, Dikaledi. I think that was really amazing. And it's a nice opportunity for you and Dakalo to use the career co-pilot in your masterclasses, so maybe a chance to work together there. Okay, ladies, so a few final thoughts. I think there's a bit of consensus on time is something, a commodity that we really don't have much of, and the tools that we have now are there to help us do better and work faster, and as Lisa said, work smarter. There's just a few things that I wanted to share about AI. I'm not sure if anybody spoke about this, but AI dates back to 1956. So it has been around for a very long time, and we are just perfecting it as we go along. So it's not really daunting. The first chatbot was not Alexa. It was actually Eliza from Eliza Doolittle, and debuted in 1966. And the best one for me is the most artificial intelligent bots are really female. So if you think about Siri and Alexa, and there's a reason for that, right? I think there just is a higher preference for female bots. So some top takeaways from me was, Caitlin, thank you so much for giving us the food for thought on how Copilot and all of this AI is giving us back our time. And not everybody is creative, so make use of the tools that you have to become creative with Copilot and that. DeCarlo helping us with an AI-driven CDP. I love Career Copilot, definitely something that we're going to use. I think there's a Copilot for everything now, right? And yeah, accountants doing some really cool stuff with AI. I think the sky is the limit there. Lisa, juggling everyday life. And that was a common thread. And I think, yeah, using AI for sales and marketing, I think, is one of the best ways generative AI is being used in the market currently. And Dee, we really just loved your energy, and yeah, you and Dakar definitely need to speak about your masterclasses and Career Copilot. So ladies, I'm going to open the floor now and ask, is there any questions that you have or anything that you would like clarity on from our speakers?
I have a question on Career Copilot. Is it generally available to everyone, or do you have to have as your AI? So that's not for everyone.
I don't mind speaking.
I think there was another hand up. Is there another hand? Nikki.
What is the relationship between Microsoft and ChatGPT? Is there relationship?
Yes, we do have a relationship. So we do have a relationship, but it's not complicated. So we do have partnerships with OpenAI. That's the reason we have Azure OpenAI and these other platforms that do that. But we do have some of our services on ChatGPT as well.
And does everybody feel empowered now to use generative AI? I mean, there's many that you can use. There's Gemini, there's Copilot, there's ChatGPT. Is everybody using an AI or generative AI of some sort? Yeah.
When I saw that generation of slideshow, I was like, that's great if it's a widely known subject matter, but if you're doing something very specific for a client, and then I started thinking, okay, so I can draft it and then ask it to make it look nicer.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, definitely. Like with your PowerPoint example, it really is the basis, and then you use that as the canvas to then just craft it to your tone, to your style, your company's tone as well. So it really has to have the human intervention.
So, I don't know if you've seen the next version of Check.
Yeah.
That's really made it sort of intervention. can sit with this person that doesn't understand your language and say, I'm going to sit with you or whatever.
Yeah,
You translate my question and then translate that person's answer.
it's fascinating about that.
I just had a question about licensing because I was watching a YouTube video about using Copilot on PowerPoint and everything. And then I tried to use it, but it wasn't there. And then I asked Copilot about it, and it said I should check under licensing, but I couldn't see it among the icons that were available in the license that we have. How does that work in sense?
So I'm gonna ask either Olivia or Megan to the licensing. Okay, here we go.
You need an end-to-end pipeline if you're using an office account. But there's a free version that we launched for the non-business or just for personal use for a trial basis. It is and just search it, you will find it. But if you want to use on your office account, it has to be N365 E3 or E5. There's a whole list of licenses that is applicable.
And the great thing about Microsoft is there's tons of resources. You can, you know, before you go to bed, if you don't want to read a book, just do a quick course on how to use PowerPoint and yeah, you've got all of these resources at your fingertips. Any other questions? Have you seen anything in the legal front? Community?
I go with the fear of bad news, right? So I'm a technology lawyer, and of course, we get lots of requests to assist clients with implementing the software. Well, questions around the software, how dangerous is it? How do we regulate it in our environment? And the one thing I keep saying to all the companies we work with is have the policy in place. So there's no way you can say to staff, please don't use it, because you can hear the night reading is going to happen. But the thing is, you can't have your sole reliance in your research on what comes up. Right? So there have been all the bad news press around the lawyers who did use ChatGPT and all the wrong cases were cited, and of course that was just unfortunate for the client there.
And those cases didn't even exist, right?
Yeah,
Uncle, you saying? Yeah.
Of that way. So
yeah,
the newer policies that we're saying the internal compliance and how you regulate the behavior in the business environment is allow for people to use the tool, but then they've got to go and further obtain credible sources, and they've got to have that evidence on file, so that if you're questioned, you know, you can go back and say, well, we've checked and we've read it and everything is as you see. And then I think there's also the use of a disclaimer for research papers, you know, where you have to admit that you have searched for these papers and you have used AI generated pieces, but it has been backed up by other certifications. So I mean, if you're someone who's in the legal department or you're overseeing compliance in the business, you have to be cognizant that there are risks if you don't put the problem.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to the customer, and then it impacts negatively on the business's reputation. So then it impacts all the way down to the bottom line. So I think it's, you know, something to keep in mind that there's risk. You have to police the behavior. And as things change, chances are that's what you do, you're most going to change and update. So you have to be cognizant of what are you allowing into the business environment, or which software are we going to allow? You know, go and get people to do the due diligence on your behalf, vet the risks. And then you've got to have training also.
Yes.
To make sure people understand this is how we want you to use it. These are the disclosures we need from you. And of course, you know, still looking for credible research material despite the changes.
Yeah, I'm so thankful that you have brought that question up officially. So I work for Microsoft, and within my customers, we have actually, the legal department has approached us, especially with M365 Copilot remediating officially. And we have shared all the details so that the legal department is first also happy, and they are sure that what are the disclaimers or what does it include. There is a saying that, let's say I'm using a Copilot for XYZ, the output we as Microsoft are not even responsible because is based on the prompt that an end user has given.
Right.
So I'm very glad you brought that question, and with that, we're also, and the whole, we are also driving that question to say, when you're doing co-pilot discussions across, please make sure your data is secure, data is data governance. There's a whole responsible AI framework that Microsoft has put together. If you haven't had a chance, please have a look at it. So it's also ensuring that the data is not biased. It's not just like it's making sense. It's not when like it's compliant and it's changing rules. So at least we as Microsoft are ensuring that the data stays within that particular organization, and we don't have the access to your company data, right? Yeah. Because that's some of the things that have come up. So I'm so glad that you brought that question.
And yeah, no, ultimately it's a liability issue. Okay, so
Yeah.
everyone has to please their businesses for liability. Yeah, spot on.
Yeah. Also, when you use the free versions, whatever company data you put in remains there. It's there for the public to use. So be very wary of that as well. So that's the beauty of Copilot, because everything is then safe and secure for you. Anything else?
Make pizza say that it takes away the stress. So I hope there's less usage of your collagen creams and
Yeah, I mean, some of us are not such great writers. It takes much longer to maybe put out a PR, but now, I mean, like now, if you're not a avid writer, you can do all of the prompts. And I think another thing that we haven't spoken about, which I thought maybe someone would cover today, was the prompts, because that's a whole other conversation altogether, because it really depends on the prompts that you give your preferred AI or Gen AI to get the right answers that you want.
Sorry, not wanting to punt, but unfortunately I can't say the name of our company. My business is running we've done it for sure over 100, 200 people already across the banks. We're running it in the groups. We run an AI prompt engineering class for business professionals.
Wow.
4 hours. It's not 2,300 per person, so it's not expensive. You bring your laptop, you do it with, and we've got an AI lab and our AI lead. Literally in a class of 20 people sit and walk through and go through the prompts, getting it wrong, getting it right, changing it, using different tools like either Copilot or ChatGPT and even others, the graphic ones, the video ones, the text ones.
There's so many.
Yeah, and I don't know, we're all market partners here, mostly, or many of us are. The task of digital on demand is a marketplace, and we've just listed it on the marketplace. You can actually go through and find it there. It's called AI prompt engineering.
Oh, that is
half the class on that 4 hours.
Thanks for sharing that.
Since you brought it up.
Yeah, and I think the more resources we have at our fingertips, the better we are equipped to use it to our advantage. Great. Any parting words, ladies? I think we're on time. We can, yeah, I think I'm not sure if there's any snacks still left there, but grab a cold drink or a water on your way out. And thank you so much for joining us. It's such an exciting conversation.
These two sides are really
Yeah, I'm just I think it's just a very long way. They're it's gonna be my question. Yeah.
I'd also like your picture if you don't mind.
Can I get one? You all standing next to each other. I was facing it back. She does the.
Am I?
No, it's fine. If you stand off in front of it, it'll still work. I get the logo in that further away. There's my. Oops. And then I'll turn over to Galen on these things.
Yeah, where is she? She only one. Yeah.